Hi, I'm Stephanie Lally. I teach junior English at Mishawaka High School. Today is April 16th and my third block class is reading and discussing A Rose for Emily by William Faulkner. First thing we're going to talk about is making an inference. Does anybody know what an inference is? Yes, an inference involves taking what you know and making a guess. It is a prediction or deduction about something in written text, often to do with what the character may see, hear, smell, taste, or feel. An inference contrasts sharply with mere observation or literal language. It's all about reading between the lines. Are you guys good at reading between the lines? Yes. Okay. So it's when something's not explicitly stated, okay, but you guess that that's the situation that occurred because of the evidence that you are given. An inference would be more like, Billy stood in the shade of a tree that helped beat back some of the heat. He changed into his shorts and put sunscreen on his skin. So in the observation, we are told that it is a hot day, but in the inference, we get clues that tell us that it is, okay? All right, so we're going to make an inference about this picture at the bottom here so we can practice doing this. So, who is this man? What do you guys think?
That's Zeus.
Okay, God, Zeus. What else do you think? Mother Nature. Okay. All right, why does he have sparks coming out of his fingertips?
Like power.
He's God. It represents power. What else?
He's a wizard.
He could be a wizard. That's a good inference. Okay, what's his problem?
He has sparks on his fingertips.
Okay, he has sparks on his fingertips. I mean, what else might be his problem? Mason.
He has to use his power.
Has a small head.
So something is wrong.
He has to use his power, so something is wrong. Maybe something evil?
Yes.
Okay, good. Where is he in this picture?
Clouds.
He's in the clouds. Good. When did this happen? When do you think?
1924.
So a long time ago. How can you infer that this happened in the past?
Curly keys.
Because his clothes.
His hair and his clothing, good. In this story, you're going to have to make inferences based on the characters, especially about Miss Emily, based on the evidence that you're given, okay? Because she's going to be accused of something, so you have to think for yourself, based on the clues given, if she really did this or not, okay? All right, so this type of story that we're going to be reading is called American Gothic fiction. So these are different elements of American Gothic fiction. The first one is the settings most often include large, drafty old houses that have been in the family for years. There is an atmosphere of mystery and suspense that is enhanced by a plot which seeks to discover the secrets lying within the supernaturally charged environment. So do you guys like mystery and suspense? Yeah. The supernatural? All right, well, we'll see elements of that within this story. Also, usually there's a ghostly legend, an unexplainable occurrence, or a story about a horrible death or murder that took place at the family estate in question. So in this story, there's going to be a horrible murder that takes place, or a suspected murder. A lot of times there are omens, foreshadowing, and dreams. What is an omen? Hayden.
Like a prediction of something really bad's gonna happen.
Good. An omen is a prediction that something really bad is going to happen. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to review the vocabulary on page 719. Thomas, what does vindicated mean?
Proved correct. Used as.
Used as or proved correct. Good. Tyler, what does pauper mean?
Extremely poor.
Good. Thank you. Kelsey Plummer, what does circumvent mean? Good, thanks. Jared, what does virulent mean?
Full of hate, venomous.
Good, thank you. Blake, what does tranquil mean?
Calm, quiet.
Good. Grant, what does perverse mean?
Odd, contrary.
Okay, thank you. Mason, what does acrid mean?
Bitter or irritating.
your sentences. Number 2, her language was formal and blank. Grant.
Archaic.
Archaic, good. Did anybody have a different answer that they think is right? Number 3, because he had no job and no savings, he became a blank. Jared.
Popper.
Hopper, good. Number 4, thick blank smoke irritated our eyes. Hayden.
Accurate.
Accurate, good. Number 5, follow the rules, don't try to, Devin. Circumvent, good. Alright, does anybody have questions about any of those? Now we're going to do the questions on page 729. Number 1, how does Miss Emily behave after her father dies?
She's in denial.
Okay, can you raise your hand? Devin.
She's in denial.
She's in denial, okay, and what does she do? How does she act? Does she go out and socialize all the time?
Doesn't go up.
Hayden.
She, like, becomes a recluse.
Number 3, who is Homer Barron? Krista.
Construction worker?
Good, he was that construction worker, he was a Yankee. They disappear. Hayden.
After, her cousins, Miss Emily's cousins, left.
Good, okay, and after Miss Emily did what?
Bless your clothes.
Oh,
She bought what, Tyler?
Is the clothes
Okay, those clothes, and what did she buy from the druggist?
The rat poison.
The arsenic, the rat poison, good, okay. How does Miss Emily spend the last decades of her life?
Stay inside.
Right, she stays inside. She's kind of like a hermit. Okay, what do people discover when they force open the door to the room above the stairs?
Homer's.
Homer.
Him dead and then her hair next to him.
Good, so they find Homer's decaying body and her hair on the pillow next to him. Okay, so now we're going to do the thinking critically questions, numbers 6 through 14. And we will do a think, pair, share. So, number 6. What conflicts existed between Emily and her father? For whom or what was the horsewhip intended? First, write down the answer. Think about it. Write down the answer yourself. I'll tell you when you could talk to the people sitting next to you, okay? So write down an answer. Chloe, what did you write for number 6?
That her
Everybody listen up.
dad was like really strict and wouldn't let her date anyone or like let boys in around.
Good. The conflict between Miss Emily and her father was that her father would not let her date any of the suitors that came for her.
Was it the smell of the dead body that it was, or what was the first smell?
What do you think? I don't know. We have to infer. What do you think it was?
I think it was a dead body.
Because it was flash.
Okay, this story is told in flashbacks, though. This story doesn't go in the order of the way that things happened in real time.
What?
Number 8. Why do you think Faulkner emphasizes the way that Miss Emily's hair turns gray and the precise time that it begins to happen? So think about this on your own and write down an answer. Okay, you can share with the people sitting around you.
Said I
Okay, what did you say? Hayden.
That, it could signify the stress she went through, like with her dad dying and then, Homer disappearing. And then he was saying that it like stayed a certain gray color, so then she was like relaxed more.
Okay, good. Are there any other responses that are different, Chloe?
it could be like telling that because at the end her hair is next to it. Because if they didn't tell that her hair turned gray, you wouldn't know that it was her hair that was next to her.
Okay, good. Right, so that we know what that is her hair, because in the last line it says that they found that strand of iron gray hair. What do you think about the fact that they say that her hair is iron gray and compare it to that of an active man?
I don't know. After then,
Okay, does anyone understand why they would make that comparison? Well, what do we infer that she did to Homer?
Killed.
Killed him, right? And so that's why it's described as the iron will of an active man, because normally we would associate those type of actions with a strong active man, right?
Well, why did she kill him?
I don't know. That's something we have to infer. Why don't we do number 10? So what hints or clues throughout the story foreshadow the gruesome ending? Did these hints prepare you for the ending, or were you surprised by it? What does it mean to foreshadow? TJ.
Guess that.
That's 10.
To guess the ending of the story by the events that happen. Good. You can talk to the person that's sitting next to you about this.
On number 10.
Yes, about number 10. Okay. So, were you given any clues to how the story would end? TJ.
I kind of figured that it was going to have somebody that she was related to she likes in her house because it was talked about the bad smell and how lonely she was.
Okay, so the bad smell was one clue. They talked about how lonely she was. So you inferred that it would be somebody that was close to her that died. Good. Tyler.
Homer's disappearance, and then shortly after that, the horrible smell coming from her house.
Okay, good. Homer's disappearance was another clue. How many people were surprised by the way this ended?
I didn't know, like I didn't know.
A few people? Okay.